Thank you. Good evening, everyone. First of all, with the glory and the honor to God for allowing me to be here today, to be able to testify. Only for His grace and His mercy, I can stand here today. And really just want to come to say that only for Him, I'm a transformed man and a new creation. I was born in Colombia, and back in '83, I came to England after my parents had immigrated over here. When I was born, they've left us back in my brother and myself in Colombia. We were brought up by my grandparents. Then they came here. Then when they returned back with my father had actually passed away because he had cancer. So I only got to meet him for about a week. Then my mother, like I was saying, brought us here to England. So in '83, obviously, we came here. We didn't speak any English. My brother and I went to primary school, got through primary school, then went to secondary school in Chelsea. Then when I was about 15 years old, I started to get involved with, I could say, the wrong crowd. Started to take drugs, smoking cannabis. From that, obviously, then he escalated to taking Class A cocaine and crack as well. I got involved in selling cannabis while I was at school to supply my need as well. As the years went by, obviously I got more into the Class A drugs, mainly with the cocaine. And then when I was 17, after I finished my secondary school, I went back to Colombia. And then over there, basically what happened was that I met some people, and then that's where it all started, really. Then obviously they offered me some drugs to bring over. I was 17, and I thought, the money they put on the table, I thought, yeah, I'm going to take this, I'm going to go for it, and I did it. And basically that's where it all started. And then I carried drugs over by swallowing them. Actually, I came down here, did my first strip. It all went well, so I thought, yeah, I got here, give the drugs to who they had to be given to, got the money, 17, got good money for it at those days, and I thought, yeah, this is good, I like this, So basically, got more involved in that sort of type of circles with that type of people, shifting drugs, and then. Basically, what happened was that from after that, I had a bit of money. I was always out partying, drinking, taking drugs all the time. I was thinking, that basically I was living the life then. That's what I thought, that this was a great lifestyle to live. I went, and after that, about 18, I went to live in America. Same thing over there, got involved with drugs, this time sort of selling crack out there. But what was happening now is that I was selling it, but I was basically smoking the profit, really. So I was getting more involved in sort of consuming it now. But thank God I sort of got out from there and went back again to South America, went to Colombia again, stayed there for a few months. Same thing happened, met some more people again. Same thing again, came back over here to England, and by that time again I was only 18, so I was sort of really getting involved with people that are sort of big traffickers, really, and then basically I was starting to live that lifestyle, thinking that I had it all, sort of going back, forwards. With everything that brings, that we think that is good, but obviously I just never realized how much harm, it was obviously causing. When I was 20 years old, I actually got caught with it, then again, bringing it over here to England. And from there, I was 20 years old, I went into Feltham. When I got sentenced, I got 7 years. From Feltham, as I was 21, so I went to 21. They took me over to Scrubs, one was Scrubs. From there, moved me over to the Verne. Then when I was over at the Verne, I was already within about a year within my sentence, and then I got in the Verne. I went into a project that was set up over there. It was the first project that was set up in the prison system called Kairos. And I got involved in Kairos. I was actually one of the first men that was actually involved in Kairos with the first project when they only had 24 men in a wing. And I got into Kairos, you know. I thought to myself, once I was in prison, I thought, well, you know, what do I do? Do I carry on going the same way, just be rebellious against the system, or do I just try and change, you know? And obviously I decided, you know, I want to try and give my life a change, you know. To be honest, being in prison for me was a blessing, because the way I was going on so crazy out there was like, I could have had more years, you know, or I could have ended up killed, because that's the way I was going on. I was going on too crazy on the road, you know. But then, yeah, I got involved into Kairos, and that's where I accepted Jesus in my life, really. And it was a special time. Kairos was a very special time in my life. It was something that marked my life. It was a time where there was a lot of men coming together. We felt a lot of love, a lot of fellowship there, basically. And what I lived in Kairos for me was like something that marked my life. But obviously, the main thing was that I received Jesus in my life, you know. And then from there, I've participated in lots of weekends while I was in there. I became a facilitator and so many other things while I was inside. When I came out of prison, I was about 24, and I finished at Hollesley Bay up in Suffolk. And then from there, I stayed. When I finished my sentence, I stayed in Ipswich. Yeah, I thought I want to stay in Ipswich. I didn't want to come back to London, because I knew that once I came back here, I knew too many people. I was from down here, from this side in South London. I thought, you know, once I'm here now, I'm going to have a lot of people just trying to tempt me back. And I thought I didn't want that. I didn't feel that I was ready yet to come and be put back into the same environment that I used to be all the time. So I decided to stay in Ipswich. In that time, my girlfriend, that stood by me then, she went over to Ipswich. We started to obviously live together. Then the Lord blessed me with 3 wonderful children that I have now.